Hello everyone, I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch. I'm in my apothecary, so you know what this means. This is an episode of my beloved, bequested Magickal Plant Series. Yes, but first, a real quick note because I'm super proud of this. Do you see this? Do you see this stack of books here? This is all that's left that I have to read for my dissertation. This is it, you guys. This is it. I'm so happy. And I'm a little out of breath because that's heavy books, but that is it. That is it. That is it. And once I've done plowing through those books, I can finally begin to start to write. And I'm so excited because once I send this dissertation in and it comes back approved, which it will, then I will have my PhD in metaphysical science. Applause. That was for applause. Let's do it again. Yes, I will be so excited to be done with school. And I doubt I will ever take another official class ever. You know, I have so much to learn and I will keep learning, but in a formal sense, I will be done ski. All right. Never again will I take another formal class. So I am very excited about that and to actually see it. Because before I couldn't stack them up. They'd reach to the ceiling. And so finally I can stack them. I can see the light ahead. And I'm very, very excited. So that announcement needed to be made. So now that we're done with that, today we're going to talk about Blue Vervain. And yes, I can reach it right here. Now, I wish I had the beautiful flowers. I do. But I have tons of pictures to show you. And so while we're talking, let's put my favorite of the pictures right here. So Blue Vervain, Verbena hastata. Folk names are herb of grace, herba sacra, holywort, druid's weed, enchanter's plant, dragon's claw, tears of Isis, Mercury's moist blood, and that's my favorite, pigeon grass, wild hyssop, pigeon wood, and Demetria. So yeah, this herb has been around for a minute. So the origin of the name Blue Vervain comes from its blue flowers and the Latin verbena, meaning sacred plant or holy herb, due to its ancient use in religious rites and healing, while its species name hastata means spear-shaped for its leaf shape, reflecting its mystical past and physical description. So we are going to dig deep today. We're going to find some awesome lore. We're going to really go into the magical and medicinal properties and really find out a lot about this herb, this plant, and why it's known for its many common names. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. You just might learn something new. All right, so it was believed by the early Egyptians that vervain came from the very tears of Isis. Now, Vervain cropped up when this goddess of magic wept for her dead husband, Osiris. Now, the name verbena means altar plant, and it was used as an altar herb by the Egyptians, Romans, and Greeks. So, if it spanned at least 3 cultures, you can tell that it's been around the block and it knows what it's talking about, right? Known as a holy herb, it was burned in Roman temples and scattered on altars while their soldiers carried sprigs of vervain as protection. Fast forwarding quite a bit, in the 1500s, you could find it and buy it at many apothecaries, and it was often used by those in the UK. The reason it was likely so popular is the herb is said to have anti-inflammatory, pain relieving, and even antibacterial properties. All important things for surviving in a time before modern medicine and modern plumbing. Let's think about that for a minute and let's stop. So the Druids considered vervain to be highly sacred. They used it to bless sacred spaces and saw it as an essential ingredient for opening rites. Vervain oil was used for spiritual anointment, and the herb is said to be an ingredient in Caradron's brew. Now, if you've never heard of that, Caradron used, I believe it was 9 sacred herbs, and this brew had to be stirred for exactly a year and a day. And that is why in the Wiccan tradition, you had to study magic for a year and a day before you initiated into it. So that's where we get a year and a day. So this potion, Caradron's brew, was a potion used to bless bards. Now, in modern Druidic practice, vervain is still believed to stimulate the flow of Awen, the spirit or essence of life. Likewise, the Romans also held vervain in high esteem with priests who were tasked with advising the Roman Senate on matters of war and peace, wearing crowns woven from this plant. Now, Christian legend also has vervain being used to staunch Christ's wounds, earning its name such as holy herb or herb of the cross. Interesting. Now, in English medieval texts, vervain appears often, associating with prophecy, protection, antidotes to poison, and as an aphrodisiac. It was both a witch's ally in spellcraft and a protection tool to guard against witchcraft. As the old saying goes, vervain and dill hinder witches from their will. Gathering the herb was considered especially auspicious at midsummer. Everybody, St. John's wort, you had to wait till midsummer. And now vervain, you have to wait for midsummer. Why? Midsummer is when the sun is at its peak. And remember, I talked about in one of my videos, I'm making too many and I can't remember which one I talked about, but the sun is at its peak, just like the moon is at its peak during the full moon. In midsummer, it's at its full sun. So it's like the full moon of the year. So that's why so many herbs are picked at full summer or midsummer. And under specific astronomical and ritual conditions, the Roman scholar and naturalist Pliny the Elder described the proper harvesting rite. All right, jot this down. Vervain should be harvested at the rising of the dog star without being seen by moon or sun. That's a difficult thing. Beforehand, atonement must be made to the earth with an offering of honeycomb and honey. A circle should be drawn around the plant with iron, and it must be pulled from the ground with the left hand and then raised aloft. The leaves and stem and root should be dried separately in the shade. In the shade. That's very specific. Very specific. Now, during the Elizabethan era, the harvesting of vervain was accompanied by a chant or a prayer which went like this. All hail thou holy herb, vervain growing on the ground, on the mount of Calvary. There was thou found, thou helpest many a grief, and staunchest many a wound. In the sweet name of Jesus, I take thee from the ground. Yep. I can't make this stuff up, you guys. Anglo-Saxons in medieval times used vervain to protect them from the plague, snake bites, and evil spirits. I love how they put snake bites and the plague in the same sentence, like that they were equal. Personally, I'd rather have a snake bite than the plague. But now the Verbainalia, I can never say that right again. That was it. Of the Romans was held in honor of Venus and the herb. Believed to be a strong aphrodisiac, vervain was made part of bridal bouquets, and blacksmiths mixed it in with the water that they used, as they thought it would impart better strength to the weapons they made. Roman soldiers wore vervain on their bodies as a protection charm. In war, messengers to enemy camps wore vervain in sacred bows to indicate that they meant peace. I like that. The herb evokes mythical and cultural memories and preserves its aura of mystery across cultures. And there's your lore. We started in Egypt and all the way to the Roman War. How about that, you guys? I've covered it all. All right. Now let's move on to healing properties. Now, as far as nervous system support, Blue Vervain is a key herb for calming and nourishing the nervous system, particularly for individuals who are high-strung, overworked, or hold tension in their neck and shoulders. Oh my gosh, I'm going to brew some of this today. Yeah, I think I need some. It is used to ease muscle tension, reduce anxious thoughts, and support emotional balance. Perfect. Anxiety and insomnia. Here's where it's good for that. Its mild sedative and anxiety reducing properties are used as a natural aid for sleep disturbances and anxiety. I don't know if anybody is an expert. I'm calling all experts here for real because I suffer from sleep paralysis. Does anybody in my like 3 people watching know of an herb other than vervain that I can drink as a tea to help sleep paralysis? Because I have it quite often and it's quite disturbing, and I would love to never have it happen again. So I wonder if that's what they mean by sleep disturbances, because it does quite disturb my sleep. Studies in animals have shown effects comparable to some conventional anxiety medications. So I do take anxiety medications, so there we go. Digestive aids. Since it's a bitter herb, anything bitter like that is going to be good for the tummy. Blue Vervain stimulates bile flow and liver detox, promoting efficient digestion and nutrient absorption. It may alleviate indigestion, bloating, and cramping. Anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial uses. So Blue Vervain possesses anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties, making it useful in treating conditions such as chronic gingivitis, ulcers, cuts, and various infections. So you can put this in a salve. I love to put anything in a salve. I'll tell you that right now. I love making salves. It's my favorite thing to make. I love it. So it's good for hormonal health. It's traditionally used to support female reproductive health, helping to regulate menstrual cycles, ease PMS symptoms, and alleviate menopausal hot flashes. It's also been used as a galactagogue. I think I'm saying that right. Probably not. To increase milk production in breastfeeding women, though scientific evidence is still limited. They're going to say that about all the herbs. Fever and respiratory issues. When consumed as a hot tea, it acts as a diaphoretic to induce sweating and help break fevers. Its expectorant and antispasmodic properties also make it useful for cough and lung congestion. So that's awesome. So if I ever run out of mullein for cough and lung congestion, I can turn to vervain. I highly doubt I'm going to ever run out of mullein because we have about 50 mullein plants that all came up at once in the harvest garden. We didn't plant them. They came out of our compost because we started a compost garden. No idea how we got them. But we are blessed. And we made tons of tincture. So, y'all need mullein tincture. I'm your girl. All right. So you can prepare vervain in teas or infusions with the leaves and flowers. But it is very, very bitter, so get your honey out. Tinctures, external poultices, washes for the skin, like for acne, ulcers, cuts, and mouth inflammations, like gargling. Yeah, so there you go. On to why you're here. Magical properties. The element is earth. The energy is receptive, the planet is Venus, and the day of the week it is most potent is Friday. So by the mid-19th century, vervain was still considered a potent herb, and it was believed that hanging a piece of vervain around a child's neck would protect them from infection. Likewise, vervain leaves kept in a black silk bag were said to strengthen weakly children. So children who maybe had a failure to thrive or who, couldn't run as fast or were maybe behind on the developmental chart, this would help them kind of give them a little push. Vervain is calming and purifying. It supports work for balance, clear communication, and dream work. You can stuff a sachet with vervain, clover, roses, and rue, and tuck it under your pillow to inspire prophetic dreams. Brew a vervain infusion and use it as an aspersion to cleanse a ritual space. Or you could just take it like I do. I really liked, this is my favorite way to spread water or tea, is to get into the cup and take a holy stone and just use the holy stone to bless an area or consecrate an area. Vervain is associated with Virgo, Libra, Gemini, Jupiter, Venus, Caridwen, Diana, Midsummer, and the underworld, otherworld. So anything you're doing with those signs, planets, and deities and times of the year would be great to get your vervain out. The Druids, Greeks, Romans, and Egyptians regarded vervain as a sacred plant and used it in religious rite and as an anti-magic herb, and so can you. And so can you. It is also used in love potions. It was an herb of enchantment, and that by smearing the body with the juice of this plant, the person would obtain whatever he set his heart upon and be able to reconcile the most hardened enemies, make friends, and gain affection. So there you go. Place the sprig in your pocket or wear it in your hair to boost charisma and power of persuasion. Crush with dried elecampane and mistletoe to make a true love powder. Combine dried vervain with meadowsweet and mint to make an incense to instill harmony and draw happiness. Vervain is also an herb of protection. Add an infusion of vervain to bath water to rid yourself of negative energy. Use it to banish harmful habits and hurtful people in your life. Fill a pouch with the herb and carry it to ward off energy vampires. Bundle it with St. John's wort and hang it over your bed to repel malicious spirits and end nightmares. There we go. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it because I feel like it's going to help. My nose got stuffed up. Grind dried vervain and add it to protection sachets to amplify protection. Protect your family from the wrath of a jealous neighbor by mixing vervain with cinnamon, galangal, peppermint, and rue. Sprinkle the mixture across your threshold to neutralize negative energy. And there you go. That is your magical properties for rue. Now, Joey, what do you use vervain in? What do I not use vervain in would be a more appropriate question. So let me show you a few of the things that I use it in. So on my altar, I use it in my earth incense since it's so very earthy. It even smells earthy, so it's definitely smells like dirt. I love things that smell like dirt. I love dirt because it smells like dirt. You can quote me on that. All right. It's also in my purification incense. If I've got some icky, sticky energy in here, I will burn my purification incense. Or after I've done a heavy spell or heavy energy work in here, my purification incense always gets burned. Get that shit out of here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. That goes out. My protection oil, always, vervain always goes in my protection oil along with white oak bark, angelica, rue, sage, nettle, spearmint, and lavender, dragon's blood, and yarrow oils. Good stuff. And then some of my new stuff with the help of my apprentice, Bobby Fierro, who I am training to be an herbalist. I have to show him a book that he is going to pee his pants about. It's called the Tarot Apothecary, and he is going to pee his pants. I want to be there. I will video it for you guys. But forest floor grounding oil, he really needed to ground after heavy readings. He keeps this on his table. It's awesome. So it has horehound, hawthornberry, cypress, vervain, patchouli, and sandalwood, pine, cypress, and cedarwood essential oils. Very good stuff. And then I put it in my healing powder, which is one of my newest powders. This has apple in it, you guys. An apple a day You know what they say? Rosemary, eucalyptus, cypress, apple, horehound rue, and vervain. Oh, love it. So this does the job if you want to put it in a poppet for yourself or for whoever you're doing the healing work for. Or you can put it in a sachet, a healing sachet, or a healing petition, or just, you know, blow it in their direction. Wonderful stuff. Anoint a candle with it. And then the uncrossing powder. If you don't know what uncrossing does, it takes the target off of you. Any negative energy that you feel like you are a target of, it's kind of like, do you remember way back in the 90s, in the 1900s, when they had a scrambler? And when the cops would use their little target thing to see how fast you're driving, it kind of like scrambled their system. That's what uncrossing kind of does. It scrambles the target so that it's not aimed at you. It's aimed elsewhere. It's not actually like a reversal. It doesn't go to them. It just, the wires get crossed and it just doesn't go to you. It just kind of messes up, like, these aren't the droids you're looking for kind of situation with the uncrossing. I love uncrossing powder. Love it. And then also in my Let That Shit Go relaxing bath salts. These are getting repackaged. And the prices are going to be different. So they're going to be like half this size and they're going to be $10. So just so you know, they're getting revamped because we sell it and it like lasts like a year. So we want to be able to kind of see you guys back, and we don't see you guys back. So yeah, so it'll have the same name, Let That Shit Go. Bath salts. This stuff has lavender Epsom salt, so it's like a lavender scented Epsom salt, pink Himalayan salt, chamomile lavender, peppermint vervain, and myrrh essential oil. Love it. I love it. So that was my personal uses. And that is Blue Vervain. I love it. I think it has so many uses magically and medicinally. I absolutely love it. So please give this video a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my other videos coming up. Please stop by my website, theveiledcottagewitch.com, where you can book a reading, book a class, book a service, book a workshop. Some of my classes are one-on-one and they can be done online. Just shoot me a message through my website and we will hook you up. If you do shop my holistic healing or my ritual and spell aids, please do remember to punch in the code word all caps veiled to get your free shipping. That is my gift from me to you just for making it through this video. And if you would like to financially support this channel, you can do so 3 different ways down in the description box, but that's not necessary. Just live your best life and live for yourself. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.